Hi guys, my name is Riyyog and as a life coach today I'm bringing you this one simple technique that can help you become emotionally free. Now I have come across so many clients with 2 years of experience and I've seen the kind of baggage people carry around. I have also gone through the same thing, and so I can speak with experience as to why everyone must get over any bad incidents which happens, not to carry it as a baggage and just probably take out the learnings from it and move ahead. This will help you become emotionally free. It helps you to see every incident in a very positive way so that you can extract the learnings out of it, and which is why I'm discussing that technique today as to what you can do. And all of the techniques personally have been tried by me. None of the suggestions that I give on my channel are just out of the textbook. It is always experimented by me. If I see a result, I pass on the learning to you. So let's get started on that emotional freedom journey that I think everyone on this planet deserves. In the meanwhile, you want to know about any such other techniques, please write to me on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram handle @Riyyog. You can even WhatsApp me on the number or write to me on info@riyyog.com. Now the technique that I'm going to be discussing is super simple, and I know your first reaction is going to be like, what? Seriously? How is this going to help? But that's what I want to just give you a warning. Most of the things that actually work for you in your life are simple. It's just the education and the kind of faith we have in everything and the mentality to question everything kind of helps us take 2 steps back from our own journey to emotional freedom, or just to simplify your life. And most of the techniques which actually work for you are really simple, and hence the technique that I'm talking to you about is writing. I know you must be shocked, or you must be thinking that I'm crazy, but okay, just think of an incident which has affected you in the past a lot. Okay, now just remembering the incident can sometimes bring so many sensations in your body, in your mind, and emotionally affect the state you are, despite being physically present in an absolutely amazing environment. It can really take your mental focus off and irritate you, and there would be cases where this irritation keeps carrying on for even days or months. Now, what I want you to understand is, when you still have a sensation, you are in one way or the other holding on to an incident, okay? And pain, or the kind of body sensations that you have, is sort of an entity living inside your body, which is continuously kind of feeding that emotion in you. Now to remove that emotion, you have to have some sort of a source coming out and some sort of a letting out. It could be ways of crying. If you have somebody to talk to, that could also help. But this technique essentially I am discussing with you for people who do not have any sort of an outlet, or it's a very private thing that you cannot be discussing with anybody else. Of course, you have coaches like me to discuss, but sometimes it's not financially viable, or time does not permit you, or you're just not ready to face another human being with those sorts of emotions. So this is where the technique will come into play. Now I know you will say that when you're going through that emotional stress and trauma, it will never occur to you to take out a pen and a paper and to write it down. I know how it feels, but trust me, this is like the simplest outlet for you to let go of your emotion. It's almost like taking the entity out and putting it on a paper. Then when you read it as a third person, it somewhere does not feel like you have gone through it, or the emotion kind of reduces. The next 4 questions that I have in store for you may really transform the way you look at the incident. Now this can be done from small incidences, and if you think you want to work on a big incident, you can always message me and we can work together. So let's get ready for question number 1. Listen to it carefully, write it down, and take your own time to answer it. Now let's dive into questions. Question number 1. Now before I start, I just wanted to tell you one thing. These answers may be elaborative, so feel free to pause in the video at any point of time. Take your own time to fill in the questions and then get back to it, to watch it several times. Starting with question number 1, I want you to answer, how did you feel in that incident? In that moment when the incident was happening, and even when the incident got over. Did you feel angry? Did you feel like a victim? It could be when you felt out of control, when you just felt shocked or surprised. I really want you to describe each and everything, every emotion particularly, as to how you felt when the incident happened. Question number 2, What is that emotion that you wanted to feel instead of what you felt? So in case in the question 1 you answered that you felt out of control, here you could have wanted to feel calm, a little more relaxed, a little more wise, any emotion, happiness or just calm state, anything that you wanted to feel instead of what you actually felt. I want you to write it out. Take your own time to do this. Question number 3, what is it that you're still holding on to from that incident that you want to let go of? It could be anything, a person that you're still holding on to your memory. It could be the kind of agitation you have towards a particular thing or a place. What is it that you want to let go of that you're still holding on despite the incident being clearly over? And question number 4, what are the learnings that you want to take from this incident out and keep with you instead of remembering the entire incident? What happens usually is one incident is a reminder for your subconscious that you don't repeat probably the same mistake again, or you don't go through the entire journey. So just put it into words as to what was the learning of the incident, because ultimately everything happens for us to learn better, right? So what is it that your brain wants to learn from the incident so that it can extract it out and let go of the incident? I know some of these are mind-boggling questions, so I want you to pause after each question, write it down, think over it, keep reviewing these questions until you get the perfect answer. If you're still confused after this, please feel free to write to me and I will make probably a further video to assist you further. This process, although may seem like a very simple process, I personally know that it takes so much courage to actually rewind, go back to the incident that you faced, come back, face those questions again, because a certain part of it also requires you to relive the experience. And if it's an unpleasant one, your body or your mind is unlikely already tired of it and is unlikely to go back to the incident. So kudos if you've actually gone through the process. I know personally how difficult this is despite just answering 4 questions. Now, one of the things that I want to tell you, if it's an unpleasant experience, please try to do this in a private room or when you're alone, when you're not seen by somebody else, because there are so many emotions that will erupt when you're writing it, that you may not confront yourself with the same emotions if you have people around you. So make sure you're doing it privately and in your own comfort zone at your own time, because you will at least require half an hour to 45 minutes with my experience with the clients that I've worked with to overcome these emotions. As soon as you feel that you've completed, there would be a sensation in your body with either your shoulders going light, with your chest feeling lighter, your body feeling absolutely relaxed. Some sort of body sensation is absolutely going to be there. I hope you get to experience how beautiful this process is for the same reason, as to how simple and how quickly it can take out all the emotional stress that you have been facing for no absolute reason. Now, after you're done with the process, to test if the process has worked or not, try to think of the incident again after a couple of days probably, and to see if the intensity of the pain or the emotion has reduced or no. With my experience, the answer will definitely be yes, because certain part of the emotions have come out on the paper. Now, if the incident was really unpleasant, maybe the intensity would go lower and you would have to practice this entire writing process again and again 2-3 times for a major incident. There could also be a part where you would want assistance, for which I'm absolutely available, and we can take this process to completely take out all the residue of the unwanted baggage that you have left behind to experience emotional freedom in its absolute sense. Well, this was my quick coaching technique, and if you have any comments, any questions, please comment below, like the video if this worked for you, and share it with any of your friends who are facing the emotional stress and you think that this can help them out. This is an absolutely brilliant technique because you don't even have to face anybody while talking about it. You can just do this technique in private. So subscribe and hit the bell icon, and for a lot of my coaching techniques still coming up, and see you next time. Namaste.